So the initial bypassing, which Zep, you're on top of the special partnership multi-sig, which Zep, you're doing the posting for that too. Rewards DAO, yes, that still has to happen. Working group funding proposals, of course, the voting, the covenant, and then community demo, and then the legal TNC, which is just the final parameters going in. This is what we have so far. This list can grow. And if there's anything that jumps out at you, please let's grow this list too. So we have the Twitter feed on Discord from our retrospective. It's already in here, and Vi is already on top of it. So that's awesome. Because he's on everything, everywhere, all the time. So shall we go for with you, Griff? Params, Common Swarm. What do you feel like?
Sure. Yeah, we'll just do them both. I think we can do them both at once because neither one has very many issues. And they're all labeled next sprint. So I think Chewy already made. I feel like we can kill this. Actually, I'll close this Google Cal for Params party. But there is still cat herding is needed. Oh, we're doing which one? Common Swarm?
We'll switch.
Params. Okay, cool. I'm sorry. Yeah, so we're still doing QA on the conviction voting. We're going to add a module to it. I wouldn't say it's at this point blocking anything, but we're done with any of the blocking QA. So the only problem is when we make changes, then it breaks, and so it's still kind of, maybe it is blocking still. I don't know. But until we add this feature where you can request, make a funding request to the module, that will be that issue will stay. And same with the GitHub issue. I found a few things. Actually, Zep's DAO Casino broke a few things in the GitHub issue because he was with his extreme parameters. So there's still doing some QA on the issues, and also the bonding curve is the other thing that still a little janky, and there's some issues up to be fixed. That being said, the dashboard works. We're proposing parameters, and it's happening. This one. This is just getting people's. Mitch has been running this, but since he's going on vacation, just getting people to make Param party calendar events and getting them in the calendar. I think we're basically hit a flow, but yeah. This one.
I wonder if we should close this one now. There was some interesting comments on it, actually. This was just the retrospective action from a previous retro, which is focusing on params. Do you think it's worth keeping this open? I don't think Chewy's here yet. No.
I think we should leave it. Oh, there's Chewy.
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm gonna be here for like 5 to 10 minutes because Solar and One Hive made a mistake with the schedule and put it like an hour ahead of what it was meant to be. So it's gonna take most of the sprint planning call, unfortunately. But I'll try to be here in the last 30 minutes.
Do you want to just take it right now, Chewy?
Oh my God.
Let's do that. Because I think this. Oh yeah, you're not ready. Shoot.
Yeah, but
too much.
I can like take a look in the next few minutes and come back for the last half hour to try to cover that as much as possible. So sorry about this.
It's okay. There's been lots of conflicts with our calendars because of all the time zone changes. I just want to say, if we're not here in the last 30 minutes for any reason, then we can sync up together on Monday and do it, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Cool. Okay. Well, and I'm almost done, at least with params. So, although, man, I do love this list. I feel like leaving it open because we're still reaching out to external parties. Okay. And review forum posts, entry and exit tribute, that can be closed. All the forum posts can be closed.
Oops. Oh, wow, all of them. Okay, great.
Yeah, I already closed some of them. Apparently I missed those. And then encourage people to vote. Yeah, that's fine. So that's it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess with parameters, that's how it is, right? They're either closed or they're all and they're all to be done. This is the last sprint for parameters, and honestly, we should be done before the end of the sprint. And I feel like we're going to be done end of next week.
And then what happens with Params?
I mean, Vitor and Pedro will still be, fixing issues that we find, but the next step will be basically finding I think the General Magic dev power is going to be pushed towards Giveth, and we're going because Giveth's got a token launch and needs some support. But then we'll just be focused on doing the hatch. I think the route for Params is because the TE Commons doesn't have that much money. We'll be better off doing a lot of the like we need to make a new hatch dashboard, right? The old hatch dashboard is pretty sad compared to this one, right? But I think the route will be to find another community who wants to do a commons, and then ask them for the money to pay for the dev work to do that, for them. So also we'll want to make this dashboard a white label solution so other people can use it and these kind of things, but we'll seek outside funding but of course the developers are around, and if we need some small work or anything, they're here. But we'll see how much money is in the common pool. If we go with Zep's DAO casino proposal, we might have more funding, and maybe Params, it would make sense for Params to request some of it. But I think the likelihood is pretty small. I think we'll need to just be. I think it'll make more sense for the TEC to outsource their dev work with other communities.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay. We did Common Swarm?
Yeah. Common Swarms. It's really easy. The front end for conviction voting is basically done, and just needs to be integrated and tested by SEM to see if it's done. Fabri and Gabi did it. And then the bonding curve, we have this one last issue that's pretty complicated to confirm whether or not we have it set correctly. And so SEM is the best person for the job, though, really. He's writing it all out in algebra and trying to figure out, does this buy make sense here or there in the code? So those are the things that we're really focused on. I don't think that we're going to have the demo this sprint, though. It sucks. I think the demo will it would be nice. We're going to push for it. It was supposed to be out in 2 weeks, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think that they're going to focus on other things until the deadline approaches. So it'll be for the sprint after next.
Okay. Does that affect our overall timeline at all?
No, we're set to launch in mid-December. So if we have the demo, for me, the demo needs to come out 2 weeks before we launch. It'll probably come out a week before we launch. That's my guess.
Without any bugs.
Yeah, and then it'll be there. We'll test it, and we'll be able to pick one of the parameter sets to play with, and make sure that it matches. We just need a real deployment to make sure that it matches what the parameters say. And if it doesn't, then we have to figure out a way to hack it together so that it does.
All right, cool. Chewy? Chewy, do you want to go now, or do you want to save it for later?
I think later might be best for me. I'm distracted in prepping this stuff for the party. I'm really sorry about this confusion, Sam.
Okay, no problem. I understand, Chewy, no problem. Do your best. Kill it. Kill it there today. Okay, and we can even just plan to meet up on Monday and do communications then. All right, so there are a few things that I want us to do in the stewards. Custody and distribution of working group funding. So the Commons upgrade checklist, which is sort of already starting. The stewards funding proposal, which will include the custody and distribution of the working group funding, or a proposal for that at least. Updating the stewards manifesto with the working group funding and the offboarding process. And I think there's one more. Timeline, yes. These TEC actionable items, I may just leave off this sprint, although we do continue to work on it. And Zeptimus, I'll bring this in now, is the initial buy-in to get it voted on. It's both in stewards and transparency, and should probably be in SoftGov too. And then, of course, there's a bunch of repeating for Ivy, Manu, myself, and cool. Zep, do you feel like doing transparency?
Oh, totally, yeah. This mic always I try to mute and never unmute on time. But yeah, totally ready. Yeah, basically like this sprint, Ivy will be on a vacation for a week. So yeah, just I mean everyone knows. But yeah, we are going like the Medium and YouTube analytics. They're done. Ivy just wants to polish it a bit, but they're almost done. So it's going to happen 100%. Update credentials document. It's also updated, but we also didn't close it because Ivy also since we also did the offboarding document. And yeah, and I know we wanted to offboard, for example, like David from Twitter, and yeah, like we drafted the process, and once we offboard the people who might be offboarded, then we updated it again, and then we can close it. But actually, it's updated as it is right now.
Yeah, I had a question about this actually. In the forum, I think it said that the platform owner would be responsible for this one, TC offboard. So how do we do this? For example, we just had, a number of stewards offboarded. How should we handle that here for credentials offboarding of the offboarded stewards?
I mean, for stewards, I don't know, but what we were thinking with Ivy, for example, let's say Twitter, the Twitter responsible, let's say it's Chewy, right? So we have two options there, and it's okay, Chewy says, okay, let's offboard this person because he's not contributing anymore, then we just offboard him. And then the other thing, every a period of time, normally me and Ivy do it every 2-3 months. We reach out, for example, Nate for HubSpot and Boardroom, Chewy for Twitter, Libby for Gitbook, and we just check the active contributors. I mean, and then we just updated the documentation. But we on transparency focus more on the documentation, and then every platform admin takes care of their platform.
So the platform admin is, where's the list of platform, where's the list of platform admins?
I mean, if you go in that document you have, I see that could be a thing we could create to be more organized. But if you go again on that place, normally the platform admin is the same when you go, this one, go down, and
here, is it this?
Yeah, people with the 2FA. Actually, but for example, for Twitter it's Chewy actually, but it's me and Ivy who have the 2FA. Then HubSpot is Nate and Dan. Yeah.
So Twitter is Zep, HubSpot is Nate and Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then on Discord
doesn't have one.
Discord,
we don't.
Yeah, the Discord admin are the people who have the name in red in Discord, and in the forum it's the same who have the 2 shields on the forum.
Okay, cool. It might be helpful just to have an easy list of all the we will do that. Cool.
I wanted to add, I don't know if anybody has any advice on this, but our email situation. I know that right now we're all using individual emails. I think there's one Token Engineering Commons email that is being shared among people. Would it be beneficial for a security standpoint to have individual working group emails? And if we do that, how can we go about doing it?
What purpose would a working group have to email?
I was just thinking from HubSpot, it's a lot easier to manage the different areas within HubSpot if we were going to actually use this from a security perspective, to just kind of allocate different areas of HubSpot for different emails instead of having every individual email and configuring each individual person to what they can and can't use it for.
How many people do you think would be users on HubSpot?
As we expand, I think a lot. I mean, we can integrate the website, blog posts, newsletter, comms, Gravity. You could use it for database, TEC Scouts. Like we can make it the center point of a lot of our work, but I still just the security needs to be there if we're going to execute on it.
So if I understand correctly, the issue is that in order to access the HubSpot data, we're all sharing one email address, username, password, right?
Yes, or right now we're using individuals, but then you have to configure each individual for what they can and cannot see and can use, which is gets kind of tedious from a transparency perspective.
Do you think it'll ever be more than the number of stewards? Is it ever going to like?
I mean, David would be like very excited to use the analytics aspect of HubSpot, which is great. And so breaking it down based off of working groups would be really nice. But I don't know if we can get domain emails for each working group.
Would the working group share the same access then?
Yeah.
So for example, maybe the steward of the working group would need particular access, but the social media manager would just need, well, I guess they would need everything too.
Yeah, you could break it down from there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that we'll ever have so many people logging into HubSpot that it'll become unwieldy. But if it feels like that now, then probably we could address it. Hey, Craig.
Yeah.
Craig might have some interesting insight on this too.
Yeah.
Hi, Tam and Nate, everyone. Yeah, I've been away from HubSpot for quite some time, but I guess I see both sides. Tam, you may be right. It may never have that amount of traffic, but Nate, security is important, and if you can make something easier, then maybe it's the way to go. But yeah, I don't have anything super useful. Thanks for saying hi, though.
I don't have anything super useful either, actually, but would love to just hear whatever your recommendation is.
I guess my question is are we able to get any email domains from the domain that we have with TE Commons?
What do you mean get any email domains from the domain we have?
From the website that we have, are we able to develop any type of email system from that? Like at TE Commons, sorry.
So you mean like Libya at tecommons.org?
Yeah, but just specifically for working groups.
So you're saying, is it possible to have Comunitas at tecommons.org?
Yeah.
Sure, that would be possible. I mean, we need to set up a mail server for it. I assume there is one.
Okay. Do you know who has access to that?
That is a better question. I think it's me and Chris Jones, actually. But probably Chris Jones would be much safer to do anything with that. Can you open up an issue and sort of explain the need? And then it would essentially just mean we would have somebody from the working group having to check that email. I don't think the stewards want an email, to be honest.
I just want to say I also have access to that domain, and so does Fabio from General Magic.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sorry to sidetrack. I just wanted to throw that out there.
No problem. No problem. I believe if you believe there's a use case for this, I believe there's going to be a use case for this too. It's hard for me to see right away though, but I've not been delving into HubSpot as much as you have. Right. Anyone else want to share any thoughts on that? Emails for working groups? All right, cool. We keep going with transparency. So I guess we leave this one open to Zeb until.
Yeah, It's Ivy said like we can get it done like this sprint. Like let's at least give like this week like Ivy is on vacation. Like for advice process on the forum. Like you were saying like, oh, we don't understand this. Like maybe we have to change some stuff like from what we type it there. So we have this week so people can comment. Let's change this. Like make this different. And then in the next week we just can proceed with this. And yeah, we're also going to do the Discord, like the one we did the other time, but we want to do it monthly just to pull the data. It's so easy, so it's not a big deal. And it depends. Like if we have time, we're also going to work on the polishing the proposal. I think it's pretty okay, but yeah, we then committed to the next sprint.
The funding proposal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just going to say like Ivy wants to make it more formal, which I think that'd be cool. Like if we get like this forum thread, even if it's not what would be like when we post it when we launch the common, we just have to copy paste the proposal and that's it, right?
Well, into the proposal format.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe we bring it into the sprints because hopefully all of our working groups will have at least published there. And if not next week, then she'll be back the week after, and it's probably going to be one of the higher priorities that week.
Okay. And I don't know if also it's worth it or not, or maybe when do we do legal? Ivy, we were on a legal call today with Ivy and myself, and Ivy was telling me like it would be interesting like some of the topics translate them to a forum, because like in these calls there is not much action, and I volunteered to make a forum thread for the treasury concerns, and then people can just, since the legal meeting there is not much people, so people at least can go on the forum and comment there. And
yeah, I saw that. I thought that was actually quite a nice idea. That could be really cool.
Nice. Yeah, and I think that's it.
Okay. Well, you did legal too. Thanks for that, Zeb.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. Wonka, are you feel like tackling gravity? I just want to say I feel like it's a very light sprint actually, which is good because the Params was getting heavy, like understanding it, getting ready to debate it, getting ready to submit and fork or submitting and forking Params has gotten very heavy for me just these last 2 days. So I feel like this should be a light sprint, so a lot of us can really focus on that too. Sorry, Wonka, let's go.
Yes, Tam.
Yeah. Sorry, Wong. Just on that note, there's an imaginary issue for everyone to make some good param proposals. I think most of you have been, but it's not just about making the proposal. It's also just about making sure you're educated enough to have when more proposals come up, you'll be informed because you know why the design was there. So I think it's really important the stewards are participating in the param debates and have something to debate and show off. Sorry, Wonka. Sorry to interrupt.
No, don't worry. As you noticed from last community call, like we are displaying the role of gravitons. Actually, the role was created a lot of time before, but it wasn't displayed. So I just clicked display, but then it displayed a bunch of names, and maybe people would feel awkward being there without being asked. So I am going to ask the gravitons if they want to appear in the sidebar of the server to ease access and to decentralize, the access to gravity. So
can I jump in? Because I just have one thing. I feel like there's there's gravitons who have sort of graduated the program. Does that make sense? And then there's like gravitons who have maybe are willing to be, someone that's being reached out to. This idea that like if somebody sees conflict, they can just sort of reach out to a graviton that's active in the server instead of going through the type form is possibly one way to get more people sharing their observations about potential conflicts. And I was wondering if you think it makes sense to distinguish between the two, because I think even people who may not, I guess what I'm trying to say is like everyone who graduated the graviton should probably have the graviton role, right? Even if they maybe don't accept to be active in mediation. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure we can do this division and like have the gravitons with that role, but then create the role of active gravitons that are the people that will accept to be displayed as an easy access point. So yeah, I think this goes well with this issue, and it can be done in the same moment. Like yeah.
Or, sorry, while I was talking, I was thinking, or all gravitons, by being a graviton, accept the role to sort of intermediate.
No, I think it's better the other way, because the graviton thing is also something that you can practice in your everyday life, and you don't want to mediate in other conflict. You just want to have skills for you. So yeah, maybe like gravitons and active gravitons. Like, okay, you had the title, but you actively want to participate in this.
Yeah. Maybe we can even use a different word for it or something. Because now that I'm looking here, active gravitons just means you're active on the server. So active gravitons is what that would look like, maybe.
Yeah, so something like that. We will work on the wording.
All right, cool. All right.
Okay,
Awesome.
for the Gitcoin grant for round 12, I think we are ready, because we needed to have a Twitter with 100 followers, and we have it. We needed to have a URL, and we have both the one of the TEC Commons page and our GitHub repo of the cases managed. So we are ready to make the grant and start on round 12. Also, 2 days ago I created a multisig, and I am the only one there. But yeah, I think that we can place the multisig in Gitcoin, and after think about who will be the curators of this multisig to start participating in round 12. So I think this can go this sprint. The graviton trainings, there's only Livy and I missing 2 sessions, but yeah, we are almost finishing. A lot of POAPs have been delivered, and I think in next sprint I will design some actions, like after the training is ended, like what would be the first actions to have as a working group. And yeah, I will be preparing the SoftGov call for the 16th of November, because Livy is preparing her graviton training session 1 hour after the SoftGov call. So yeah, we are spreading that. And yeah, there's this issue that we have been like dragging for a lot of sprints, but I think it's slowly unveiling, and it's the long-term gravity roadmap. I think that with the funding proposal, and now that we end this second cohort of gravitons, maybe it would be good to have like a participatory session for everyone to talk about what they expect and what they think would be the best path for gravity. And yeah, this outreach of communities, I think the strategy that I'm planning is that after the graviton training is ended, we can make clusters of like which can be gravitons for each community. So say like the giveth gravitons and have them in the sidebar as the same thing that we are doing it. So yeah, I will also help Livy to like we will sync to prepare the graviton training and the soft gob call, and yeah, that's it. I think
Cool.
this of TEC convert can be also closed because
Right.
this yeah.
There's one thing that came up with the working group funding proposal. I mean, I guess we also want to make sure that we think all of the stewards should post their working group funding on the forum. But the idea came up that when Griffin, Olivia had a look at it, and they shared that perhaps it should be split into two projects: the services for the TEC, and then the launching of the Gravity DAO, because it will be easier to pass if the costs are split and they're differentiated. So maybe we want to go back and look at that and create two different funding proposals. And I'd be happy to do that with you if you wanted.
Yeah, for sure. Are there comments in the document or something where
I
I
put your
can?
comment in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, then I will open the document and look at it.
Okay, cool.
Thanks,
All right,
Tara.
awesome. Pleasure. Livia, are you feeling good about SoftGov? Are you feeling great about SoftGov?
Yes, awesome. Let's do it.
All right. Okay. All right, sweet.
Mm. So I'm trying to consciously like take less things. And then I just closed a few issues too. I integrated all the feedback and the covenant. Now like the decision making guide is so close to the graph is so close to being ready. I'm wondering if I should just include that in there. And then maybe we don't need to have all the governance explained in the covenant. It could be like a visual that it's included in it. And still talk about the governance, but not like have like a whole like 2 pages about it. I don't know, maybe if anyone has feedback on that, if it's a good idea, or if you think it should be written down because it's like a constitution type of thing.
I think it should be written down, but also the visual graphic helps a lot.
Okay. Yeah, the written down part is basically done too. So maybe I put that on a link that is linked to the covenant. So anytime we have to update that, we don't have to propose a new covenant. I think that could work.
The DAO, unfortunately, the covenant is actually an on-chain thing. So the covenant will always need a DAO vote.
So you mean it needs to be fully written? What I'm debating is just if the whole decision process should be like word by word described into it, or if we could just add a visual, or if we can have the visual plus a link that links to the decision making process instead of having that like all written down. In case we need to change the decision making process, then the covenant would always be updated without having to.
Do a link for sure, because otherwise the DAO has to vote to approve any changes to the covenant.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And that makes it so much easier. So this can be definitely unblocked. Ooh, feels good. And update the convention voting proposal template in the forum. This is so simple. It's just like updating the template we already have that Adu made, linking it to the forum. Does anybody in this call wants to do that? If not, I can do it so quick, but it's been slipping through me. Never mind, I'll just do it. I'll do it right now on this call because it's very simple. Okay.
Awesome.
And yeah, and then there's the gravity session. Oh, and the infographic is like, I'm just chatting with them right now. We are in the last changes. I'll pass them to feedback for everyone, but I think we don't need to, like, Mitch and Tam already gave feedback to it. I think we're in a good place with the changes we have now. Pass it around again, and then we can wrap it up. And I would love to just take these things for this print because the research group is starting and there's like a gigantic amount of work I have there too.
Okay, so then this one is just doing the link, right? 1080 is for the decision-making process in the covenant. So that's just adding the link and that's coming in. And then manage next steps for reward board. I see it's tagged next sprint.
Oh, yeah, that should come in too. And yeah, the covenant is just adding that that link now and deleting what I had in there already and then submitting it for voting. So should it go straight to hatch vote, you think, Griff?
Sorry, what do you mean? What should go to hatch vote? The hatch DAO should vote on it?
Should the covenant go straight to the hatch DAO? I think it can just be posted on the forum.
Yeah.
And then
so.
Go straight to there. Don't need to pass through Snapshot.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we need to do it through the hatch DAO, I guess. I mean, I don't know if we had these discussions already, but it will.
Didn't you say it had to be on chain?
It will be part. It's kind of like there's all of this stuff that happens when we launch the real DAO. So it's all it goes through the hatch DAO, but it goes through it with the Commons upgrade when we actually migrate the funds to the.
Okay.
So it will go through the hatch DAO when we move the funds to the DAO that has that covenant sitting there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it doesn't need to be executed through the contract.
No.
It can be like put in there. Oh, so we do it. So let's
it could
do
be
it.
snapshot. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Cool. And this create template for a snapshot, this is finished, right?
This is done, yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, what did I write? Update the forum template, create a forum post about the new template, and add the template to Gitbook. Do you think we should do any of these things with the new template?
I don't know if it needs to be added to Gitbook. Oh, I should add an issue to finish that like revamp of the forum. Because that's already happening and it will be part of the decision-making process. So it's going to be there like templatable. So anytime people will click to make a proposal, it will show up. They have no like run away from it kind of.
I've seen in Boardroom, I've seen projects that have like, here's our template to create a proposal. That might be a nice place to put it then in Boardroom.
Mm-hmm. So Yeah, maybe you can make a separate issue for it, Nate, if that's
Yeah.
cool for you to take on.
Yep.
Thank you.
So yeah, so we will have something to, because we can just put it in the overview.md file and have them uploaded on our front page, which describes the entire process. And so do you want the graphic there with the link as well? Okay.
Well, yeah, the graphic should be there. It's not totally ready yet, but it should be everywhere.
Okay. If you could send me either like the link and the graphic when they are ready.
Yeah, the template is here already. I'll post in there in the issue.
All right. I mean, I've seen boardrooms where it's sort of like, here's our decision-making process, and then here's the link to the template, and some other information about the team or other things. So I think, I think maybe just the issue, Nate, is sort of like, I think you're doing it already. Actually, there's just no issue for it, but like beautifying boardroom.
Yeah,
or
and the
adding
details
relevant
are coming.
information there.
Yeah, shortly. We're still trying to figure out what's going on with our forum, because the proposal section is supposed to be showing our discourse, and showing the proposal section of our discourse. So all proposals will be available for engagement on that section of the page.
Okay. Can you just open an issue for that? It sounds like there's a
Yeah.
bunch of things that you're handling with the board team.
Sorry.
Yeah, and drop it in this sprint, because that's cool to have that done too. All right, Liv, anything else in SoftGov?
No, thank you.
Cool. Well, so Eduardo is at the TE alumni event, which I'll probably hop on if we do end this early. But to go through Comunitas, there is a user journey. I'm not sure what he means by graphic content, but there's sort of a high-level user journey that's being sort of mapped out. Maybe he has some idea to make it more pretty. And then the user experience, the new onboarding journey should be deployed next sprint. So there's the old survey. There's a new survey questions. There'll be new channels or changed channels, modified channels. And then there's a new guide bot that I think will be demoed on the next community call. So there's a bunch of pieces of work to do to get that in order. It's Eduardo. Gile Royale is giving Discord access or server access to Vi so that we can move all of the bots that Vi has been hosting himself to a shared server that we'll be using now. There's some texts to finish. And what else is in here? And then there's Vi who will deploy it all. And those can all come in. The announcements, the call announcements that happen before the meetings, still in progress. Some of our meetings, most of our meetings are still using the old version, and we're going to slowly move our meetings to the new one, but it just doesn't seem to make it in the priority of the other things that are on our plate right now. I know that MS and his Michael, and he has a development company, a web development company, and they specialize in accessibility. So they've taken the work that Aloysius has done to make the TEC website really very highly compatible with the standards for accessibility. And he said something really interesting in this, because apparently most websites rank really high, like 95% accessible. And he sort of made the analogy to the real world, to sort of, if you have a ramp, but then the last three, that the ramp ends in 3 steps. It's like 95% wheelchair accessible, but not fully wheelchair accessible, which is almost the same as no. And that analogy has really made me think about accessibility in another way. So I thought I would share that with everyone else. And then, of course, the Twitter feed on our Discord server. Funding group as well. And I think that's really it for Comunitas. There's a little, onboarding flow charts. The Comunitas team is creating this new role called guides. Eduardo's really been doing the work now of welcoming people in the TEC and reaching out as people enter and offering them one-on-ones. But we're going to try to develop a group of 3 or 4 people who are all sort of sharing that workload so it doesn't all fall on him. And he'll be creating a guide to help train people in the process that he's been using. Okay, I think that's everything, but now let's go through anything we missed in repeating, because we usually miss stuff. Oh yeah, I record the orientation call now. The scheduling of tweets, this was Ivy. Now I wasn't sure if it would be Chewy or Zero, so exceptionally, they're both assigned to it for now. So weekly praise, although I think somebody else is doing that next week. See Twitter praise and forum. More praise, see his videos. That one is Optimus's. And give Lauren access to Twitter. All right, Chewy, I'll bring Chewy's next sprint things in. Chewy's also agreed to do the paperwork for the Optimism retroactive public funding. So that's awesome that we'll actually receive some of the funds that we won. And then I think we're done. Let's just see if there's anything that jumps out. The entire reward system. Okay, so I'll have to sync with Christopher, who's not able to join this call on everything that's going on in general forum post for ABC. Griff, I think this is not relevant. I don't know if he's still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. I think you can close it. We're doing it through the comment stack.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that's issue 18. Okay, I think I know what that was referring to, and it's already on the forum.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of, these are content distribution. Okay. Guys, I think that's it. We ended super early today, which is awesome. But I'd hate for anyone to leave without knowing what everyone else is looking forward to this weekend. So, because Griff and Lauren, you guys have to jump soon, why don't you guys get us started?
Well, it's Meet the Parents weekend. I'm going to meet Lauren's dad in Panama. We're going to go on a 7-hour road trip to meet that. So that's really scary. I don't know if I think I'm looking forward to it. It's always scary to meet the parents. I'll pass it to Lauren. Okay.
I'll just talk through Griff's mic. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing my dad. I don't get to see him very often. This is really weird. There's 2 of me. Okay, stop. I'm really looking forward to seeing my dad. I haven't gotten to see him much in the last year, but he's been in Panama this whole time. Costa Rica and Panama are really close together, so it's like we're doing a border run and also getting to see him, so I'm excited. I'll pass it to Tam.
I'm not sure what I'm looking forward to this weekend. I have no plans, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. It's just going to be a very low-key weekend with the girls, of course. And I'll pass to Wanka.
Thanks, Tam. I feel a little bit cold, so I think I am going to rest on Saturday and Sunday. But today I am going to go out with some friends. And I'll pass to Libby.
Thanks. Well, I'm staying in this beach in Costa Rica in Santa Teresa, and it's really beautiful here. And I'm in a place where there's so many people, like I had to wait 30 minutes to get dinner last night. So I felt I'm in a little antisocial moment. So I felt scared of all these people. So I'm going a little further away from them in like a place that it's very in front of the beach and quiet and beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'll pass to I'll pass to Caesar.
Hey, Caesar. Not sure if you're still here. We're just closing up this meeting and sharing what we're looking forward to this weekend. And maybe I'll pass to Nate and come back around to you.
Thanks, Tam. I'm going to be working this weekend and just prepping this house for prepping the apartment for all the incoming baby stuff that is coming our way, and I'm not excited about that, but just don't have the room for any of it. But yeah, so that's been on my mind for this week and going to be on my agenda this weekend, so it'll be good. And I will pass it on to Craig.
Nate, incoming baby. Are you going to be a dad?
Yeah.
Wow. First time,
Kinda
eh?
crazy. Yeah, kind of crazy.
And when is that coming?
April.
Supposedly? Woo!
Yeah.
My friend, best of luck. Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
Get ready and sleep now. Wow, that's
Hey, that's not fair. You get to sleep again when they're 10.
I don't
10
know.
years. Oh my God.
Okay.
Questioning decisions now.
No, best thing. Okay. Yeah, so along those lines, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Museum of Science and Curiosity. I'm excited for that. I'm going to a college football game. My son's in an all-day rugby tournament, and my daughter has Nutcracker ballet practice. I don't know. The list goes on and on and on. So, Nate, prepare yourself. And
try it.
Maybe Caesar is back. I don't know.
Calling Caesar. Yep.
Hey,
Zeb,
guys.
you want to close us? Oh,
Yeah,
hey, you're here. Great.
Yeah, sorry, my internet's like really bad, and I'm just walking in and out trying to fix it.
Well, we're just closing out this meeting, and if you want to share what you're looking forward to this weekend, we'd love to hear.
I'm honestly just like trying to learn. I'm like obsessed with DAOs right now, like so I'm just trying to read and learn as much as possible. And also first off, like I really love what you guys are doing. I'm super impressed, and I really want to be part of this community. And I have a lot of free time, so I would love to just like take on any tasks that you guys don't have the time to do. And I mean, besides like writing code or something like that. But any other than that, I'm more than happy to just like take on tasks, because that's just like one way that I learn, and also would be contributing. So whatever you guys don't want to do, feel free to dump it on me.
What is your? I have something immediately that comes to mind. I'd have to like hang out with you for half an hour and get it started, but it's been something I've been putting off for a long time, and it's really helpful.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's just. Yeah, cool. What is your GitHub handle, Caesar?
It's GitHub. Hold on.
Yeah. Do you want to just DM it to me and I'll add you?
Yeah, I'll do that.
And thanks for that. That's so cool. I'll make sure. Hey, you want to announce that in the Stewards channel too?
For sure,
just
I can
for
do
anyone who wasn't able to join us today.
Yeah.
Oh, we will find many, many, many good things for you to do.
Awesome.
Hey, Zep.
Hey.
You have the best for.
Yeah, plans for the plans for the weekend. Today probably chill a bit. Like this weekend ends the League of Legends season, so I'd like to rush to get gold. Whatever, it's funky. Tomorrow there's a friend of mine who's going to come. He will bring the VR, and he wants me to play some scary game with the VR. So I don't know. I hope I survive. But yeah. And then Sunday is going to be more chill, I think. Probably working out. Maybe even look at some Dune analytics. I want to watch some videos. We're playing with it yesterday, and you need to not code but type stuff. So and then run the ASQL thing. So yeah, probably I will need to check some videos and hang out there. Yeah, that's the thing.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. And I hope you all have a great weekend. See you all next week.
Thanks, Sam.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Everyone.